day, really. I feel comfortable. I feel more at home. Still a lot to get better at, but it's just like you can see the strides, you can see the developments, and you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see the strides you've made, and you can see how you're going to be able to eventually, get to where you want to be and keep working at it. So, that's just extra motivation for me. It's an awesome to, be in a room with JPP and Shaq too, and learn a lot from them too. So, but it's been good so far.
Next up is going to be Jenna Lane.
Hey, Anthony, just wondering, just from the perspective of a young guy, what's it been like for you, even on the other side of the ball, going against Tom Brady, seeing him out at practice every day, seeing him in the hallways? What's that been like?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty crazy. Somebody obviously that he's the GOAT. I've been watching him in Super Bowls, win Super Bowls, since I was really young, and it's just amazing to see him still do it at such a high level and still be such a great player. And obviously, his leadership and just the way he operates every day, every rep is really important. You can see how much effort and attention to detail he puts into everything. So, it's inspiring, and it's no surprise after seeing him for a couple of weeks why he's still playing at such a high level.
Thank you.
And next up is going to be Ed Encina.
Hi, Anthony. Thanks for doing this. I guess, you kind of feeding on Greg's question. I mean, how tough was it last year, with the knee injury, playing with, with the MCL, playing with the brace, and obviously going through all the first year things that you have to do just in terms of getting used to the speed and everything else involves with the game. And then obviously how different is it this year compared to that, just with those things?
Yeah. That was, it was unfortunate last year, just the timing. I was glad to be able to get back for the beginning of the season last year, but the MCL in camp really, took away some opportunity to get better. Like we're a couple weeks into camp, but it's kind of been a weird camp, obviously. I'm doing this interview with on the video, like just talking to a camera and not seeing you guys, but so we have only practiced really a couple times now, and so we got 3 more weeks. But yeah, missing out that 5 weeks last year in camp and not being able to play in any preseason, and then getting thrown into the fire in the regular season was it was a lot to handle with the knee brace. But I learned a lot from it, and I'm really looking forward to, I guess, taking advantage of this year. Really puts in perspective how important these days are, and I'm just looking forward to taking advantage of everyone.
And next up is going to be Rick Stroud.
Hey, Anthony, a former teammate of yours, of course, Tristan Wirfs, is trying to make it as a rookie in this league without any preseason reps. What can you tell us about him in particular, and how do you think he navigated today, the first day in pads?
Yeah, he's been doing well the first couple of days. It's like being a rookie, there's a lot thrown at you. Usually you get OTAs, usually you get, like you said, preseason games. Just under these circumstances, we're not getting that. But, he's a really good kid. He's a really hard worker. You can see the raw athleticism and just, how physical he is and his footwork and all of that stuff. And you can see where he needs to get better. But at the end of the day, he's going against 2 really good pass rushers in JPP and Shaq. And so, I feel like just going against them constantly for 3 weeks, even though, he won't be playing in a game, quote unquote, preseason game, I think he'll be well prepared, when it comes time for season.
All right, next up is going to be Luke Easterling.
Anthony, the team lost Carl Nassib in the offseason and didn't really, get really aggressive with bringing in, a super productive veteran presence or somebody kind of comparable to him to replace him. And that, I just want to see how much confidence that gives you from the decision makers on this team. Like you said, you're learning a lot from the guys ahead of you, but how you feel about that responsibility to be able to come in and be a rotational guy for this defense.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a big responsibility and one I'm looking forward to for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's a confidence booster, but at the end of the day, it's about performance, a performance league, production league. So I'm going to have to take advantage of these 3 weeks. And then when it comes time for season, I need to produce. And, that is a big gap to fill. Carl was a great player for us, and, he's going to do well in Vegas this year. But, yeah, like you said, man, it's a lot of production to make up for, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. But at the end of the day, I just got to produce when it comes time to it.
Okay, next up is going to be Kevin O'Donnell.
Anthony, we saw you out this summer working out with some of your teammates. How important was it to kind of build that bond in year two and get a chance to work out? I know Tristan came in a little bit late, but you kind of had a good core of guys that you stayed in touch with.
Yeah, it's it's just like being comfortable around each other, learning to compete, and being able to push each other, man, in the best way possible. Usually that, we get the opportunities in OTAs, but, just being able to be in touch with some of the guys that stayed around Tampa and, work out and see how they're working out, seeing them push themselves. It just helps everybody, stay focused, stay on track. We talk about the goals we have, and then, it's nice to be able to work towards those goals in the off season together.
We have time for a couple more. Next up is going to be Steve Isbitz.
Anthony, what did you take away from watching Carl Nassib in that position last season as far as what you learned from him?
Yeah, he's a really good player, really aggressive, really physical guy. He's got a lot of good moves, a lot of aggressive moves, and the way he uses his hands is really impressive. So, just being another long, 6'7" guy, it was really nice to be able to see how he uses his tools, how he uses his long arms, how he uses his feet. To defeat blocks, get around blocks, get to the quarterback, make plays, and it's like I just want to replicate some of those things and then put my own personal touch on that.
Okay, next up is going to be Zach Blobner.
Hey, Anthony, appreciate you doing this with us today. I just wanted to ask you, you mentioned piggyback leaning on Shaq and JPP, and what kind of advice are they giving you? What are the things that they tell you when you guys talk about your expectations from the pass rush this season? What are they saying to you?
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's pass rush. You just got to be relentless. You got to be bringing it on every down, staying aggressive, and using your hands. They have different styles of pass rush, but they both use their hands extremely well. And just learning different techniques they use, different moves, different counter moves, things, and then just at the end of the day, they say, man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't always have to be pretty. You just got to be relentless and keep working your stuff. And so that's one thing I've definitely been working on, and I'm excited to show it off this year.
All right, our last one's going to come from Greg Allman.
Hey, Anthony, just want to ask you physically what your goals were in the offseason. I don't know if you want to try and get better, bigger, or faster, and what you thought you might be playing at in terms of weight this year.
Yeah, I'll be my goals just in the off season was just working on that techniques, things that I would say like the specific just defensive line technique, and then I just wanted to do I wasn't trying to get any heavier, but just try and get a little leaner, a little stronger. I'll be playing at like 265, 270, whatever, but about the same as I did last year. So, but at the end of the day, it's just about getting a little quicker, a little faster, a little stronger. But yeah, I definitely wanted to be a little more explosive, be able to change direction a little better, and then, be able to apply that to techniques and D-line and then pass rush and all that stuff.
Hey, thanks again for doing this, Anthony.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
Yep. Thanks, Anthony. That's all we got for today.
All right. Appreciate you.